Folks, we are here with the man of the hour, Daiyan Henley, Chargers linebacker. Daiyan, you're back at Crenshaw High School where you played. You got a bunch of kids out here. How exciting is this? How exciting is the turnout?
I mean, the best part about it is that I get to be back in my community because I was blessed enough to get drafted by the Chargers. So this excitement stems from, that draft day. Like, all of it was in that moment, you know what I'm saying? People look back at that time and they ask me, like, how did you feel? It was almost anticipation to be here this day, like to be able to give back to my community the same way I received the love and how I'm where I am now. So like, it's an amazing feeling.
You see the kids out here and everything. What's one piece of advice that you would give these kids if they ask you about maybe one for football and one for life? What's something that you would tell them?
I would definitely say for football, it's pretty much the same as life. Like, you don't really see the end goal. You kind of know what you want it to be, but it's about keeping your head down and keep it working. Like, keep pushing, keep grinding, and know that you want better. Each day, you progress and get better. And I think that's the same as life. Like, that's a football advice, but that's life. You don't really know what lies ahead. You know what I'm saying? Like just jokingly, we didn't know that planes and flights was going to be canceled yesterday. But, like, you got to keep going. You got to keep progressing. You got to look for better. You got to keep trying to be better, do great things, and move forward.
When you got drafted, is this something that you were manifesting? Is it because I know you're a big LA guy? This is your community. This is your home. But is this something that you had been manifesting since the beginning? Like, ultimately, I want to do this. I want to have a camp for kids to be able to have. I mean, you have Puka Nacua, Denzel Perryman, Asante Samuel Jr. You got a lot of guys out here that they're going to learn from.
I think, like, the biggest thing for me growing up, and when we talk about manifestation, obviously you want to push. I want to make it to the NFL. All the work that I'm doing is to get to the NFL. But then when you realize that there is Los Angeles teams, I'm from LA, and there are LA football teams that I can play for, that becomes that number one thing. Like, man, I really pray I can play for an LA team, and then the Chargers give me the opportunity. So now it's about building bridges, making those connections so I can feed the community. Like, that's why I'm here. So being in the NFL, that provides you a lot of connections, such as like me meeting Puka. He's in LA as well, and he balled out last year. Whether he did or whether he didn't, I was able to meet him in the pre-draft process, and that's where we kind of bonded. And I just feel like they're guys with common interests, with the same mentality as me, and that's giving back, whether it's to their community or someone else's, and that's why they're here right now. Puka's not from LA. He's playing in LA. Denzel Perryman's not from LA, but he's playing in LA, and like, that just shows what type of character they are, what type of guys they are.
And then obviously you have camp coming up, your second training camp. How excited are you for that? How juiced are you?
I mean, that might be where all my anticipation is. Before this camp was an idea, all I was thinking about training camp. Like, that's all I was thinking about. Then the kids camp came, and I'm like, come on, gotta help the kids. And now I'm 3 days out. Like, that's where my focus is right now. That's where my mentality and all that is driven to training camp, because I want that to lead into a great season. Not for me personally, but as a team.
After minicamp was over, we spoke to Justin Herbert, Joey Bosa, Khalil Mack. I spoke to Asante today. He said that Jim Harbaugh kind of has the guys juiced and ready. Just what did you anticipate before you met him? And is he the same person that you kind of anticipated he was going to be?
A little insider, note on what the locker room was like when we lost our last coach. It was like, we're seeing who we could possibly have, and I'm not going to say those names, but the whole locker room was, let's hope we get Jim. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's nothing against the other coaches that was up for the job or the other coaches that got interviewed, but it was like, let's get Jim. We got Jim. We got our guy. That was like a quote from our owner, and it is exactly what it was for the locker room. We got our guy, and that anticipation is building into the season. When you are already anticipating having a coach before the last season is over, we're like, we won Jim, and then the season is over, you can imagine how guys are going to play for that coach. And that's where we are.
How was that group chat when you guys announced that Jim Harbaugh was the head coach?
I mean, ecstatic. It was ecstatic, but then it was also like, let's go. It wasn't even like jubilation. It wasn't like, oh, we're cheering, we won. It was, let's go. Let's work. The work begins now, because nothing is handed to us. We didn't get Jim and we're going to the Super Bowl. We got Jim. We got a coach who's going to motivate us. We got a coach that's going to drive us, and that's what we needed. That's what we wanted, and that's where we are.
You guys are working out and during minicamp and everything, and then you look to your side, and Jim's also in khakis with the sled and working out. Just how has that been for you?
That's just the guy he is, bro. He's driven. He's motivated, and like, he's about team, and he knows that as a coach, you're not above the team. You are with the team. You are the team. So that's like just showing the character he is. That's the type of guy he is. He wants to be a part, and we can't do nothing but appreciate that. But it's just also like how goofy he is. The khakis with cleats is like, bro, what type of combination is that? That's not a good combo, bro. But like, hey, we just let it rock.
When you speak about that, I mean, he answered your FaceTime call while he was at the Tom Brady roast. Just how cool was that?
I mean, that's a coach that cares. That's a genuine person. He like beyond coach. Like that's a genuine human being. He didn't have to answer that call. I don't even know if he felt like it was an emergency. I don't think he felt like it was an emergency. That was my first time ever FaceTime him. Let alone that was my first time calling him. So I don't think he would think it was an emergency. He just was like, Daiyan's calling me. Let me answer the phone. And I feel like there is a million players, not like on our team, but like any player that he's probably come across where I think he would answer the phone. I think that's the guy he is.
Jesse Minter's scheme, what excites you about it?
I mean, it's like complex yet simple. It's built on execution. Like that's probably the most exciting thing about his scheme is that as complex as it is, it's simple enough to just execute. It's more so let's fool the offense rather than fool the players who's playing the defense. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of coaches kind of get lost in that where they're trying to make it too complicated for everybody involved. We want to beat the offense. That's what we want to do. We want to take the ball away. We want to score as a defense. Let's throw them off, but let's keep it where the defense is playing fast. And I think that is literally like, as a defensive player, I mean, even if you don't play defense, never play football, I think that should sound soothing to your ears.
Something that was made about you coming out in the draft was you've played multiple positions. You played quarterback, receiver, safety. How has that kind of helped you, and how do you feel like that could help you in this new system? And how has it helped you ball out, basically, in college and now in the NFL?
I mean, my athleticism, all the positions I played, I've talked about it so many times. Last season, people kind of lost that because, you know, I wasn't in a role that I wanted to be in, let alone a role that a lot of people thought I was going to be in. But, like, without saying a lot, that's what this season is for.
Now, before we let you go, I just gotta. I need one of you guys to turn on your cameras and look at this fit. Look at that. He's got the Charger shorts on. He's got the Power Rangers chain on. Is Tommy Oliver the greatest Ranger of all time?
I mean, that's undoubtedly the correct answer. There's only one answer, man. Tommy Oliver, White Ranger, Green Ranger, Black Ranger. I mean, he's pretty much done it all. And he's the greatest, man. May he rest in peace. I wish I could have met the man before, but it is what it is, man. Life happens that way, but I'm just happy enough to say, like, I was able to enjoy his work while he was here. Is
that your favorite Ranger series, the original Mighty Morphin Power Rangers?
The OG Mighty Morphin Power Rangers is my favorite series. That's the one I grew up on. I remember countless days where it was like, it's time to go to school, but I woke up early enough, like in the morning, where like the reruns were still on. So people ask me like, how are you even? I'm like, bro, I watched all the reruns. And not like I searched them up on YouTube. Like they were on, I forgot what network, but my granny had like the old TV. So I don't even know if it was cable, but like all the reruns was on. So I was watching it from growing up, and then I got to see the movie. I'm like, bro, like teenagers who become superheroes, but it's like not Marvel, it's not comics, it's different. It just felt different.
I told my brother makes fun of me because like whenever my watch rings, I'm like, yes, Zordon. He's like, stop with that crap, and I just start.
Now that's actually dope. That's actually dope. I'm with you on that one. You might have got me because now if someone wonders who's Zordon, I'm gonna be like, you're Zordon. Yeah, and thank you, man. Yeah, like exactly. Nothing but positivity comes from you. And I want to do everything for you.
There you go. I love it. Why should Charger fans be excited about this season? Let them know.
I mean, why not? You know what I'm saying? We got a new coach, new energy, new juice. It's nothing but to look up. You know what I'm saying? It's not about the past. It's not about what's happened in the past. It's about looking forward to new endeavors and attacking it. Like, that's exactly why. It's about boat fam. It's about boating up. It's about looking at the players we got on this roster and seeing how, talented this roster is. And we got so much to prove. We got a lot to prove. That's like the biggest thing. We got a lot to prove.
Yeah, I think it's awesome what you're doing. Congratulations on all this. This is an incredible camp. Congratulations, and I hope you keep it going.
No doubt, man. Thanks for having me, man. I appreciate you guys as always.